Slide me on. There we go. Gotta hurry, we're leaking. I'll come back for you. Go next to your friends. R.I.P. What's up, everybody, and welcome. It is round 3, wherever the generator is. My finger here. There it is. So let me show you what we're doing and what we need to do to get it running on our bench here. So I was just doing the final oil change on it here. I was making sure all of our connections were tight, so we have our 120 output here. Basically, I'm going to check and make sure we got good, clean oil. We need to bleed our fuel system, which hooks up here. I'm just going to use a shop tank. I have a little remote fuel pump down there that I wire to a battery that will sit here. We also got to hook our exhaust up, which I've made a little muffler can there out of a Yamaha gear oil drum. And we hook our hose up to our input here. We also have our batteries that we have to put a cable through right here. And then this is our antifreeze for our bottle we have hanging. I have a, over here, over to our mess, dummy harness and panel for it, so we can start it. And we will put our siphon brake hoses together right here. That usually would be siphon brakes in the boat, which we're going to put it back in the boat today if everything runs good. So I actually haven't even attempted to crank this, except for the one time we've seen if the motor was any good and had compression. So hopefully she'll just crank right up and start. Fingers crossed. So let me get it all hooked up and we'll drag it outside and see what happens. Alright, we are hooked up. We have our meter here so we can check our output. Here's our hose, fuel. Here is our antifreeze, which I've already bled out through our screw here. Also already bled our fuel out. Our exhaust. It's hooked up into my makeshift muffler can here. And here's our fuel pump. So let's light it up. We also got our gauge hooked up here. We got power. We got a little bit of water pressure here. Try to fire it up. Fuel needs fuel. Well, she's putting out good output. 135 wherever it should be. I don't see anything leaking anywhere. Curious if our exhaust is going to leak at all, but it all looks good. Well, I think we're good. Good news. Now, let's go get everything ready so we can put it back in the Tierra. I was just gonna go see how they wanted to do it, but it looks like they're pulling the boat out for me right now. Yeah, just stick a long strap with the eye on it right there, and then hook that chain to it. And then we'll hook that up so that you can go way over the top of the forklift, or way over the top of the boat with the forklift. loop it through both those eyes. I'm gonna do it by chain after we get so far. Stop. All right, go ahead. Stop for a sec. All right, go back up for underneath. Yeah. Okay, go. Go ahead. Down. Alright, stop for a second. Oh. Alright, go back up. I'm going to slide that plate further. This plate slide. There we go. Alright, go down. Oh, don't do that. Alright, go up again. Sorry. Alright, hang on. Alright, now go down.
Down?
Down. Can I stay there?
Need me?
No.
I'm free?
I think you're good. Thank you.
See you later, YouTube.
Bye.
Wow.
Let's get our bolts in our motor mount holes here. Then we can slide it back to where she goes and start hooking it up. Take the socket with it. We are attached. Our chain off of here. You're free. Alright, let's slide this thing back to where she goes. At least close. You got these holes here that this bolt's on the tray here. Try not to let it fall off the shelf, but it slides right up there. And we got all our components to hook up, like we just did with the test bench. So I'm not gonna bore you with hooking all this up. I've done this in probably 2 or 3 videos already where I pulled it out, put it back in, hooked it all up and started it. So let's just jump right to test running it in the boat here. No, I just got kicked off so they can put the boat back in the water. We'll finish it up here. All right, we are all hooked up. Got our antifreeze in here. I got the lid off of the thermostat so we can bleed our antifreeze because that's just about the same height as our generator, so it's not going to be able to bleed from gravity. Also, we got to bleed our fuel here. All the air out of it so she'll start right up. Looks like we got good solid fuel. Add a little bit more antifreeze here. We'll start it up. There we go. I'll leave you guys right here. You can watch it fire up. Shut her off real quick. We can tighten that up. You can see it slowly drink it. I'm gonna keep that cracked. It will kind of pull the water in all by itself once it's hot. Now we can shut this. It's definitely hot on my fingers. There we go. Let's put our lid back on here. We'll double check, make sure it stays where it needs to be. The max line is right there, so she should be perfect. We'll see when it starts making a loop back through the top here if this goes down anymore. So let's fire it up again. Oh, we're pumping good. Now let's load this thing up. Ooh, look at that. We got voltage, battery chargers, air conditioning. I'll just turn everything on, load it up, and let it run. Yeah, it's 77 degrees in here. It's 80 something outside. It's hot today. Humid. It's foggy this morning. Gonna make sure our voltage is, there she goes. Make sure it pulls voltage out of it like it should. Got everything on, turn the water heater on too. Might as well pull as many amps out as we can. We're still running 100 and close to 130 volts, which is good. We've got no lights in here, everything's green. Turn the lights on in our little door here, like 40 hours. Well, it's about 4 o'clock. I'm gonna let this thing run until 5. Pack all my stuff up here. We'll double check the antifreeze, we'll check the oil, make sure we got no more leaks, any of that kind of stuff. Well, it looks like all is well. Everything's working, charging. Should be ready to go home. That being said, I appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you next time. Later. Well, we're all cleaned up. It's 5 o'clock. Everybody's already packed up for the day and gone on me. Let's turn it off. Hey, we got 71 degrees, it's cooling off. All right, let's turn it all off, off. And that's it.